Websites in B2B are a lifeblood. A good website in B2B is absolutely essential for the success of your marketing. It can also provide you with a range of information about what your customers are actually looking for and how you can serve it to them in a better way. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my experiences with building websites for various businesses of mine, also with helping my clients optimizing their websites, and I'm going to try to distill the most essential things. So let me start by telling you that your website does not have to be super well designed. Quite the opposite, actually. So instead of having the website that will be the most innovative, the most extraordinary, and will be standing out in comparison to your competitors, what you actually should do, and this is what majority of user experience experts and specialists will tell you, you should stick with what works. So if the menu should be on top, let it be on top. And if the call to action button should be visible, then let it be visible. Of course, if your current website is totally outdated, you should probably devote some time to refresh it with a designer or a freelancer that will help you to brush things up a bit. But do not devote a lot of time into making it all perfect, because in the majority of cases, you will be needing to pretty quickly reshape it and readjust it in a way that will fit your audience needs. So if your website is already live and you are wondering what is that you should do with it, I think that one of the first and major things to have it working successfully is to have properly implemented Google Analytics. Google Analytics will tell you a lot about where your audience is coming from, who actually your audience is, what kind of actions they are performing on your website. So for example, which buttons are being clicked, when, how. Also, you will be able to learn from which phrases, which keywords people are getting onto your website. So maybe you've written an interesting blog post a couple of years back and you completely forgot about it. It may turn out that it draws quite an interesting traffic every month to your website. And this can be a couple of dozens of users, couple of hundreds of users, or even a couple of thousands of users. It doesn't really matter how big your traffic is, as long it is valuable and fits your business needs quite well. Let me explain it a bit more. So if you are a financial advisor and you are planning people's retirements, or if you are helping them manage their stock investments, and majority of your traffic comes from students that are looking to learn about loans and other things regarding financials, probably this is not your target market. So maybe you should create more content on the topic that will be interesting to your audience. So Google Analytics will tell you a lot of the details that you can then draw interesting and constructive conclusions from and reiterate on your efforts with content creation, the placements of your buttons and call to actions, maybe with the way that your contact form on your website is structured, and so on and so forth. Once your Google Analytics is all set, then what I would do is I would create a short media plan, meaning the Excel sheet that will contain a bunch of different topics that you would like to cover that might be interesting for your audience, and I would start to write articles and maybe subsites, maybe some product pages that will be related to these topics. Be sure to think about it creatively, but at the same time, make sure that these topics are somehow aligned with your audience interests. And the easiest way to determine if they are interested is to just type in the phrase that you are looking to write a piece of content on in Google and see what other related terms are popping up when it comes to this particular topic. And it's worth considering writing a piece of content on this topic. There's also something called long tail. So if you will write a blog post that will be very specific on a particular topic, like for example, instead of writing on marketing solutions, you will write marketing solutions for hairdressers in small towns, then the topic of your article is very specific, meaning that probably not a lot of people are typing it into Google every single week or month or every day, but if they are already doing that, there is probably a bigger chance for you to be at the top of the Google's list and win over the race with your competitors. So if you already have your analytics in place and you are creating valuable content for your users, there is a good chance that you would like to convert them somehow. So make sure that you are providing your visitors with multiple different ways of converting. There are different characters, different people, and different preferences. So one person will be more than happy to call you directly if they are interested in a particular service. Another one will be most likely to write you an email. And the third one will probably want to fill in the contact form and maybe attach a file. So depending on these needs, you should enable your website's visitors those multiple ways of converting, of getting in touch with you, in order to not disencourage the group that might be interested in your services, but they would like to do it in a way that they desire, they prefer. Make sure to also remember about the broader context. So if someone is getting onto your website and they are looking for something, there is probably a big chance, actually around 93% of the chance, that they are not ready to buy from you. But they might be ready to get value from you and to use your expertise, your knowledge, and start building relationship with you. This is why something that I call, that experts call actually middle of the funnel, is very important. So building a platform, which in most of the cases is an email address left to you as a business owner in exchange for a valuable piece of information or in exchange for something that has value for your target audience, is the best way to stay in touch and to try to do a soft conversion instead of encouraging someone to immediately get in touch with you. You can try to think about it in a way of firstly meeting someone. So if you are just meeting a new person, there is probably a good chance that you will give them your name, or you will tell them what is that you do and what is your passion. But if they will ask you about your income, about the amount of inheritance that you've received last week or last month or anything else, there is probably little to no chance that you will share this information with them. But as you will get to know each other in the future, there's probably a chance that you will. And with your website's visitors, the story is pretty similar. So if I'm getting onto your website and I'm learning about you as a financial advisor, I would like to understand if I can actually trust you with my money. Therefore, if you will provide me with an easy peasy course about how to start investing in stocks or in ETFs, and why this is actually a good idea for someone in my age bracket with my particular level of education or anything like that, then there's probably a chance that I'm going to leave you with this info. Then I might be able to trust you more and more as time goes by, and then probably I'm gonna contact you and ask you for financial advice. And if you would like to learn more about marketing and sales tactics and ways, then subscribe to our bi-weekly newsletter B2B Tactics that I'm sending over regularly, and I'm including more tips like the ones in this video. Just to sum up, Google Analytics will tell you a lot about where your traffic comes from, what actually your traffic is, and it will also help you to benchmark month to month, year to year, how your website is performing. I know it may sound complex, but this can be a very sustainable, relatively cheap to maintain, and pretty evergreen source of new leads for your business if you will decide to pursue the way of building, optimizing, creating valuable content, and helping your audience to understand certain issues or challenges that they might be facing. Creating valuable content might be tricky, but as I said, using Google or using tools like Ahrefs or SEO Surfer and others that will help you to understand what kind of pieces of content are bringing the traffic to your competitors can be a great way to actually create something of value to your target audience. Another great idea that you can use to create valuable content is to check out the comments on Amazon books that are related to your particular specialty, let's say financial advisory, and see what kind of things people are mentioning there, what kind of topics they are looking for, what are the negative responses, and what is that they wish would be in this particular book. And this might be a great start also for creating these valuable pieces that people will find of course, in time, interesting. And last but not least, if you already have your website, if you already have your traffic, make sure to provide some sort of a soft conversion to your users. These might be pop-ups, these might be sign-up forms placed in different areas of your website, like in between articles and so on, that will actually enable people to get the value from you and receive regularly pieces of information. The only thing that you will then need to figure out, which I will probably create a separate video on, is to figure out the email marketing and the sequences, automated sequences that will be sent to your target audience regularly or after they download something in order to move them further down your sales or marketing funnel and help them convert to your, hopefully, customers. Let me know in the comment section below if this video about importance of website and B2B was actually valuable for you. And also, if you have any questions around this particular topic or anything else, let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and have a great rest of your day.